guys, it's Jordan Moon here with Scott and Joanne.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hi.
hello everyone. And we're let's see, I don't know what the word is. What would you say the word is after convention? How would you describe how we're feeling right now after?
It's like a hangover.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like a hangover, but like not in a bad way. Like I don't know, when you have more like I guess a positive thing. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that kind of that feeling like, whoa, it's over.
I feel like a relief.
It's like
Relief is kind of more my vocabulary.
Yeah.
kind of like the end of a semester at school. You're like,
Oh yeah, that's good.
you're exhausted, but you're excited, but you're kind of like, what do I do now?
I think that's a good way to put it. And you look back at the semester and go, man, that was a lot of work, but it was cool. Like we got good grades, so hopefully, but
Yeah.
it worked out.
I think it's also too we have a worth of knowledge that I think we can help with other affiliates and other people in different states looking to learn how to do a virtual convention. Because
Yeah,
there are some really good, strong positives, and obviously things that we learned, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have done that. And I think it's good for us to connect with, people in the other affiliates and let them know kind of what we thought worked and didn't work to save them more time.
that's good.
Yeah, I met somebody from Georgia. There's Utah, Nevada,
Yeah, Nevada.
Florida, Canada. So that was really cool.
I think the Ohio president was on for a little bit, so
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah, I think so. Or it said NFB of Ohio. I don't know if that was the president.
There you go.
Not sure
Well, I
who.
mean, I think the beauty about virtual is really anybody can be in it. We don't
Yeah.
even really truly know how far it went because it could have even gone international. We could have gone as far, just like, Joanne said, Canada was one of them. You never know. It could have been somewhere
Yeah.
off somewhere else. We don't even know because they never said where they were. But our
Yeah.
reach could have been far.
So, SAAVI Services for the Blind is very, very proud. I don't know if you guys remember, we did a lunch and learn with Amy, explaining why we're involved with the NFB. And this was, I think, prior to national convention. And so if you attended our state convention, it was obvious that, we have a lot of people who are involved with SAAVI, work for SAAVI, attend SAAVI, who were involved because we believe in the positive philosophy that the NFB stands for, and we're proud to take part in it. So, we had myself, in charge of the kind of the arrangements of it. Joanne did the fundraising and door prizes and a lot of the behind the scenes work throughout. Scott did a whole bunch of behind the scenes things like getting all the sound together and working on organizing some things and putting the videos together. So, that's just us three here. I don't even know like there's so many other staff involved that it was such a
I gotta laugh because I think when I was counting in the morning when we first started on Friday when we had our exhibit hall and some of the seminars, I think I counted like over our 150 texts just going by like how's everything going, or hey, did you notice this was not working, hey, can you help me with this, and like help me out with that. I mean, it was great to see the strong teamwork that everybody had, like in the communication we had amongst everyone. Really, you showed true like how well, we worked together as a team.
yeah.
And I gotta say, I was very proud at Friday morning when we're all like texting each other. I mean, it could just be just a text of just saying how you doing or how's everything going with that particular seminar,
Right.
and then like me and Colin with the exhibit hall, we were trying to get people in there.
You guys are so
It was interesting, but like I gotta say that those texts were like immense. Immensely fun.
The really cool part is that because SAAVI has been virtual since March, we've had a lot of growing pains and a lot of
Mhm.
things that we've learned being virtual that we were able to bring to the table for state convention.
Mhm.
That has helped us really create the convention that we had. Like we were able to add a lot of elements that I don't think we would have even thought were possible a couple months ago. Even when we found out we were going virtual, we learned so much through being able to teach. So I think even though this time was hard. This transition was hard. I think we've all grown. Our students have grown, our staff have grown, and like the true structured discovery, problem solving skills have come through, and we've been able to make the most out of a very interesting situation.
That's extremely well said, and super true, because I mean, prior to this whole virtual thing, if you were to ask me or anybody here, really, what do you know about Zoom? We'd say, oh, not really much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have like learned how to use Zoom like a master. I have to give Joanna and Scott here some credit. Like, you guys are like professional Zoom. Like, you could probably get hired by Zoom to do like the webinars. Like, you guys are good. So it's incredible how we have just like picked up these skills and used those problem solving skills to kind of combine with each other to benefit everybody. And I think that like paid off for sure during the convention.
I gotta say a big shout out to Amy. I mean, the way she had organized folders for us, for all our runners, I mean, made it so much easier for us. I mean, everything was correctly labeled, ready to go. The music was all placed exactly in the order we were supposed to play them. So, I mean, I give a lot of big shout out to Amy for taking that time to really behind the scenes. I don't think anybody would ever know that she spent hours and hours of her time organizing those folders for us runners to play and get those ready to play during our general session, lunch, and banquet. So
yeah, she was like the secret weapon behind the scenes.
Yeah, I really hope that our students got to be able to feel that like Arizona energy, and to realize like after SAAVI, after training, there's so much more that they can do, and they can give back, and they have a voice, especially with voting right now. That's a big thing in Arizona, accessible private voting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our students are starting to realize that they have a voice and they have a place to play in making sure that Arizona has the same rights that everybody else. Blind Arizonans have the same rights as everybody else. So
yeah, I think that's the power of the conventions, because it's an opportunity to hear from people whom you might think like, why are they talking to us? Like, we had a state senator come, we had people from Democracy Live, we had people who would maybe not normally think about addressing blind people would come to our convention, and it does show our students that like we have a role to play. Like, you have a voice. The NFB is a grassroots organization, and they have a role to play in it. And it's an organization for the students. And so I'm proud that at SAAVI we have the ability to introduce that to our students, to show them that like life goes beyond just training. Like, after your training, you're going to need a family of blind people to connect with. So why not join the NFB?
I think that's important what you just said there, because I don't think I would have the same opportunities, and I wouldn't even be here, to be honest with you, if I never had that connection with the National Federation of the Blind. Because I mean, that's kind of how I networked myself. When I was looking for a job, I knew someone that worked here at SAAVI. If I never knew that person at convention, I never would have had that opportunity to work here at SAAVI and know that there was an opportunity here. So really, I give a lot of credit to, the National Federation of the Blind, because without that, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be working with students here in Phoenix, and working for SAAVI, so that's something that I really want. And what I stressed to in my video, that was the reason why I came to SAAVI, was because of that relationship with the National Federation of the Blind.
Yeah, I met Amy during the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah.
In the parking lot. We're like waiting to put up our umbrellas, and there she was, like kind of diagonally from me. And I'm like, what better opportunity? Like, I heard her talk at the Rehab Professionals for job announcements, and I introduced myself, and she remembered me when this was almost a year before I actually was looking for a job, but she remembered me, and And that's how I ended up in Arizona, was that connection in the parking lot in Florida in the hot, humid sun. So
the question is, do you remember what part of the sign or the live the life you want, where you were?
I know exactly where I was. I still have my umbrella too.
Yeah.
Between the words and the symbol, we were right there.
I think for me, when I was there, I'm trying to remember. I believe I was down by the U, live the life you want, and I think the U is bottom left, because I was I was right in the front, and it was kind of funny because when I was there, that was my first experience of any kind of National Federation of the Blind on the national level, and so for me, I thought Kevin Worley was the national president, because he was like, wow, this guy is amazing. He's just like getting cheered, everybody cheered up and all riled up. And then I'm just like, wow, this guy is like, even after when the thing was done, I was like following him around. I was like, wow, this guy's amazing. Like, I want to hang out with this guy, So, it just goes to show you, it's like, it was such a great experience. And I mean, it's so interesting how we are all connected, in some ways. Like, you met Amy, and that's how I first got into, getting excited for the national.
What year was that? Was that 14 or 15?
15.
That was 15. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because I was actually not in Arizona yet. Or I was in Arizona, but I wasn't working at SAAVI yet. I think that was the summer right before I started.
There you go.
But I ended up knowing, so I ended up working for BISM for a couple of summers and being introduced to the NFB philosophy, going to conventions. And so when I saw Amy at that convention, I remember hearing about SAAVI. And so when SAAVI decided to hire me to be a tutor, I was so pumped up, because I knew that they were going to start to transition to take on more of the NFB philosophy. So, it was perfect. So you're right. It's amazing how things just kind of come together based off of the federation. It's funny. It really works out like that.
Yeah. And it just goes to show, I hope that for our students, they learn that they have made this connection and that they have people supporting them all across the country.
Yeah.
It shows that everybody wants to be in Arizona because they came to Arizona's convention, but wherever they go, they have a family that'll support them. And that, that this community goes beyond training. And, training is hard and difficult, and we're always there for our students. But, there's a reason why there's alumni organizations, because people need that continued support throughout their life. And that's what the NFB has to offer for our students.
For sure. I mean, even after you graduate from college, you join your alumni organization, right? So same thing. I think I was really proud of the education that our students got, because it's one thing to attend different seminars and events like that, but I think it really, the seminars that were there were really poignant to what they were learning. There was a good tech seminar. I know a lot of our students benefited from the job seminar. Like I was saying, I know even I saw a lot of students in the merchant seminar who were interested in doing BEP. So I felt even though they were attending it on a national level, I heard and felt a lot of our staff participating more frequently throughout this convention. So I was very happy to see that.
I got to give another big shout out to one of our students here, Teresa. When I was going around my exhibit hall, I actually noticed she was going to all the different, exhibitors in the morning, and I was just smiling because I just know man, she's taking it real serious. Literally at 8 o'clock, she was on it, and I was going to different rooms, and I was hearing her talk with other exhibitors, so I was just laughing because that just puts a lot of smile to my face, knowing that the student, here at SAAVI are really taking it serious and knowing that this is a great opportunity for them to network themselves and get to know people, and work on their skills, doing this. So that was a great smile to me in the morning to see her do that. So I want to just give her a big shout out. Thank you.
She's gonna be so embarrassed.
I know, sorry.
They're don't talk about me. But yeah, I think it's cool. Even Kim Parks, who she was an incubator, she helped out. She's the one that invented
the steps.
fundraiser, the Step Challenge.
Yes, she did a great job.
She did do a great job.
And she's one of the SAAVI alumni. So just because you don't have to go to SAAVI every day doesn't mean that you disappear.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important for us as staff that we stay connected to the NFB, because we know that a strong NFB affiliate is what's going to help our students once they graduate. So.
Afterward, yep, it's very true. Yeah, I mean, we even had, I think Ken, one of our students, Ken, who did a lunch and learn here, helped write a Coyotes resolution. Yeah, I mean,
which is probably my favorite resolution, like getting hockey. Once it passes, we're gonna have to bring all of our students, and I promise.
Yes, that's a great opportunity.
I will drive the bus. Like,
yeah,
we're all going to a hockey game.
I'm down. Let's test this out. Does these really? Yeah. So, I was just very proud of the effort between our staff, our students. Even there's community members who I've never met before who attended. So, it's just it was exciting to see everybody's involvement. People really inspired by it. So, if you guys have any comments about convention, if you have any questions about SAAVI's role in the NFB of Arizona, write a comment below. We'll get back to you for sure.
Yeah. And thank you guys for listening to our ramble. But I think sometimes it's cool to just like talk about, life at SAAVI and what we do. And, we are so much more than just like classes, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock class. But we really want our students to have this full, well-rounded education, I guess, to help them be the best that they can be for the rest of their lives. It's not, although VR wants it just to be about the job, we know that having a fulfilled life is more than just the job. So we want to make sure our students get that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You said it better. That was, very true.
Very nice, Joanne.
For sure.
Well, everyone, thank you very much for taking the time to watch. And like Jordan said, comment down below and we'll get back with you. But thank you very much for this lunch and learn today. Guys, have any last minute things you guys want to say before we say goodbye?
No, I think
Just
we're good.
Stay safe, stay strong, and keep working on you.
Keep working on you.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye, guys.